24% of Americans are now living paycheck to paycheck. And the scariest part is that even households making over $500,000 per year are still living paycheck to paycheck. The problem now is that this is not a low income issue. This is now a system-wide problem. And it's a huge concern, especially in 2026. Today I'm going to break down what's going on and why more and more people are living paycheck to paycheck, even though for millions of Americans, they have seen their wages go up. So it's a huge problem. And if you're living paycheck to paycheck or you're concerned about living paycheck to paycheck very soon, go ahead, hit that like button, and let's continue. Look at this. It says, nearly 1 in 4 American households are living paycheck to paycheck, according to a recent report. It says, lower income families hit hardest as inflation grows faster than wages, according to Bank of America. Now, things are getting interesting. And when I say interesting, that is not interesting in a good way. Things are getting worse because right now we have holiday shopping. We also have food prices are going up. Utility bills are going up, especially when we are seeing in the United States right now, in many cases, it is getting very cold, meaning you're paying more to keep your home heated. So, more money is going out than more money is coming in. That's a problem, especially when 24% of Americans are currently living paycheck to paycheck. In 2026, we're expecting that number will be closer to 30%, hopefully not exceed 30%. I want to play something for you though. Look at some of these stories. Watch this one right here.
I'm so tired of living paycheck to paycheck. I just waited for the mailman to show up so I could get my paper check in the mail that I've been waiting for weeks. So I could come to the bank and deposit it. But because I have negative money in my account, I'm only going to get like a little bit of it because like I can only access $100 for the first day. So I'm probably going to have like $60 today. I haven't gone grocery shopping in probably a month. We have like no food to eat for dinner except for like mac and cheese and ramen. I have $300 electric bill that's overdue. My phone bill's overdue. I just gave my husband my last paycheck from last week so we could pay the mortgage 2 weeks late. And in 10 days or 11 days, the mortgage for next month is due.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen. When you're living paycheck to paycheck, it doesn't matter. You will continue to pay a little bit late here, a little bit late there, and a little bit late there. And it's going to continue to go round and round. Now, I saw this thing on TikTok. I want to play it for you because this right here is this is how living paycheck to paycheck actually works. Let me play it for you. That's it. Paycheck to paycheck is literally you paying one thing, you move a little bit forward, and then, now I got to pay the credit card. Now I got to pay the car payment. Now I got to pay the rent and the mortgage. Now I got to pay the electric bill, and back to the car payment, back to the credit cards, back to the mortgage, and you just go around and around and around. It's turning into a big issue. And again, here's the other problem. Even workers earning more than $500,000 annually are living paycheck to paychecks. They say it's thanks to lifestyle inflation. They're continuing to splurge money that they don't have. Here's the issue. Lifestyle inflation, obviously it's a problem, but inflation in general is an issue. One of the things that's happening this week, I talked about this in a previous video that I did. If you didn't get a chance to watch that, maybe you're not subscribed to the channel, so go ahead and do that. But here's the thing. This week on Wednesday at 2:00 p.m. Eastern Time, the Federal Reserve is going to announce something. They're going to announce whether or not they're going to lower interest rates. And if they reduce interest rates by 25 basis points, which is roughly 25% or 0.25%, what's going to happen is we could see additional inflation because more people will buy. If we see additional inflation and we don't see wages go up, that's a concern because then more people are going to be living paycheck to paycheck. It's a problem. And right now, it looks like it's going to go up in 2026, not down, because more people are putting their holiday purchases, their utility bills, all on credit cards. Otherwise, they couldn't afford it. I want to play another clip for you. Listen to this one.
Have you ever heard the saying, living paycheck to paycheck? Well, if you don't know what I'm talking about, let me put it in perspective for you. I had $1.83 in my bank. I just swiped credit at the gas pump so I could get $10 for gas because I was on E, my friend. And hopefully in 2 business days, I get that $10 back in my account because my bank does not play, man. They charged me $40 in overdraft fees because I was overdrafted 7 pennies. I ain't even playing it. Banks.
7 pennies. 7 cents. She was overdrafted by 7 cents and they charged her, what'd she say, $40 or whatever it was. This is how things are going to spiral out of control. Let me just paint this picture for you. She said it cost her what, $40 for an overdraft fee. I believe that's what she said. So if it's $40 for an overdraft fee, she just put in $10 in gas but had to charge credit because she didn't have the money in her account. Well, she better get $10 in there or else that $10 is going to turn into a $40 overcharge plus the $10 that she didn't already have, meaning her account will be negative by $50 in order for her just to put $10 in gas. This is just one bank account. This is just one account. Guess what happens when you do that with several credit cards? Where you just did that. Okay, I'm living paycheck to paycheck anyway. I have $50 at the end of the month. I got to pay a $50, let's say, credit card bill. And I got to buy $70 in groceries. Here's the problem. If you pay the $70 in groceries, then you only got $30 to pay for your credit card. Guess what? Now you're going to have an additional payment because you didn't pay a full amount. Okay? So then that starts racking up. Or if you take that $100 and you just split it 50-50, well, you pay the $50 on the credit card, you pay the $50 in food, but let's say you still need more. You still need an initial $20 and you charge it to your credit card and you go around and around and around. This is what's happening. And this is how millions of people are getting screwed right now. But I want to show you something. Look at this right here. It says, paycheck to paycheck shoppers outspend income as sentiment drops. Consumer sentiment is dropping, meaning everybody's concerned with what's going on in the economy. They don't want to buy things because they don't know if they're going to have their job in the next several weeks. And what I talked about in an earlier video, which again, if you didn't get a chance to watch it, highly recommend you go and watch it, because now in 11 months of 2025, we've experienced more than 1.1 million layoffs. This is the largest amount of layoffs we've ever seen. Okay, even in the pandemic, we didn't see this much layoffs. That is concerning, that companies are laying off employees left and right. And guess what? That's going to contribute to families and households living paycheck to paycheck. If you are struggling to get by, but it's doable with 2 incomes, guess what happens when it turns to 1? Families will be devastated. And that's why I'm bringing this to your attention. Right now that we're in the thick of things and everyone's shopping for Christmas and this and that and getting ready for New Year's, so many people are not realizing that they're racking up all this debt, which they may or may not be able to afford. So my recommendation, don't do that. Do not rack up debt you cannot afford to pay off at the end of this month. So here's my last question to you. Are you currently living paycheck to paycheck? And if you are, do you have a savings account? Do you have an emergency fund? Okay, because here's the thing. People that are living paycheck to paycheck are one minor emergency away from devastation. That could be your engine or your transmission brakes in your car needs to be replaced. Maybe you need a new set of tires. I had a friend years ago that was struggling because he couldn't afford new tires for his vehicle which then meant he couldn't actually get to work to bring in a paycheck to pay for the tires that he needed to buy. Again, problems. And we go around and around and around. So, do yourself a favor. If you can at all, save money now so you're not living paycheck to paycheck. I know it's hard, and in some cases it's almost impossible, but there are things that you can do. And if you have to, go and get a part-time job. Go and find a side hustle. Sell things that you do not use. Take that money and start paying down your debts so that you can actually live a comfortable life. So, if you have any questions whatsoever, please ask your questions down in the comment section below. But again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.